Alright, all. So today I'm going to be with my son. He's going to help me out here. So, son, hoping everything goes well. And sorry that everything didn't record the first time the camera gave out, so he's going to have to help again. Alright, so here we go. Now, because this is corded up this time, I'm going to have to probably stay back this way a little bit. Alright, so the first deadly sin, as passed down from Chantilly Lace through TSE, Christopher Bailey, is going to be greed. Greed, expensive to least. So, most expensive. This is one of them. This is the Icon S3S. One of the others would be the Mongoose razor, which is also on video. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's in my channel. But the Mongoose razor would also be up there. As well as some vintage straight razors. Alright, so to least would have to be some single edge razors. I bought them in a lot, so that's what makes them cheap per unit. The Gem G-Bar, which is one of the razors in the lot I was shooting for. This is the Damskeen, or however you say it, from Gem. And this is just a Gem 1912. The Gem Junior. And the main thing I was shooting for in that lot when I bought it was the 1914 from Ever Ready, because it's 100 years old and just in great condition. So when I saw that, I was like, hey, that's in the lot. The Gem G-Bar was in the lot. I don't care what else is in the lot. Alright. Alright. Wrath. Love-hate. Well, the love-hate would have to be for this vintage Camisari. And the thing about it is, the love part is for anybody that loves vintage razors, is the fact that it is a vintage razor. Came to me and it just needed a little bit of work on the edge. I say a little bit of it. It had some minor chipping on the edge, but in order to get there, of course, everything else had to be brought up to par. This is the first razor I ever honed, period, by me, and it was quite an experience. And so that's my love for it. The love is also in the fact that it just keeps a wonderful edge, shaves well. The hate part is the fact that the grind on each side is different because it is a traditional Camisari, and so you have to hold it differently on the face, and it just creates a complex shaving experience, but it's still a wonderful razor. Alright, so now as far as getting back to Gluttony, what smells good? What is delicious in scent? Well, one of the scents would have to be this Chung Fung Sing TFS. Tobacco Verde, and it doesn't smell like burning tobacco, it smells like tobacco leaf, like flowering tobacco. And I just think it's a wonderful scent. One of the others is the Oakums, and this is the crushed lime. And if you're familiar with a Orange Julius When they started out, it was Orange Julius, but they have other flavors, and this crushed lime just smells so good. It smells like something you would get in a frozen drink from a Julius shop. Dapper Dragon Cinnamon Bun. Dapper Dragon Cinnamon Bun smells like something that you could eat. I mean, he makes this now. Eric mixes it in a tello version, which has all the fattening sound to it there. You know, because tello is kind of like lard, animal fats. And it just, you feel like you're indulging yourself in something wicked. Cold River Select, and this is the citrus. Now this smells like an Orange Julius. A little bit more orangey, but another scent that you could just eat up. Bathhouse Spanish Fig and Nutmeg. Now this scent is spicy and clean, and it has the fig notes, but it's just something about it just smells really good. I would use it more often if the performance for me was up there, but the smell, that's why I keep it with me in the den, because it just smells terrific. This isn't in any kind of order, but I will say Tiki Soaps, Tiki Bar Soaps, Spice Islands. This scent from Amanda is, to me, is top notch. It's one of my overall scents, period. And it just smells great. It's got mango, it's got a touch of cilantro in there, so if you have an aversion to cilantro, you probably won't like it, but if you smell the complexity that's inside of this, it's wonderful. Again, one of my favorite scents of all, and that's the Spice Islands from Tiki. Another favorite for me, I know it didn't go well for TSE, Chris, but you got a bad batch, bro. I don't know how that happened, but this is a cream, and this Tequila Lime cream from Taconic is awesome. It performs well. If you like tequila and lime, it's got real agave inside of it. This is awesome. You gotta try it, guys. Another one from Cold River Soapworks. This used to be Royal Fougere, which is now called like Nouvelle Fougere, and this is anise based. It smells great. It's got the earth tones of the Fougere, but it still has the anise in the background, and to me it just smells wonderful. I like anise, black licorice. Now this, from Barrister and Mann, Anise and Vetiver, this is the swing side of that. This is more of the black licorice scent. And if you like Sambuca, Ouzo, Jägermeister, black licorice in general, you're going to love this scent. And I do. And it's just terrific. Yeah. Now all of these, except for these two, out of everything that I just showed you, only these two are not offered at Magard Razors. Everything else in that list you can get from there, the brands. Whether they have them in stock, that's a different story, but they carry the brands. So Magard Razors, Casey and Brad, wonderful folks to deal with for anything wet shaving, really. Especially for the fact that they go out there and they try to find artisans that we want to use, and they stock them in their store, so that's great. Alright, now, so that was delicious Sloth. I'm going to get to in a second, but basically that would be razors. A lot of my scents, from a soap perspective or cream perspective, will get used in a rotation, so they're not as neglected as some of my razors, just because I have so many. Like I have a Progress and some other things, so razors would be the main thing. So as I was saying with Sloth, before the camera gave out, neglect. Well, neglect in wet shaving is razors, and mostly razors, because it's a rotation of a bunch of things. I use straights, I use the single edge razors, I use double edge razors. So in general, those are the things that get neglected over a longer period of time, and to a shorter degree, that would be some soaps. Now, just to jump back real quick to Gluttony, I know I'm throwing this off a little bit, but some other things that I like, and I saw some folks post scents, and I just wanted to get to it. This is Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is awesome. I can't describe it. It's made by Christian Dior. To a great length, other than to say it's like a warm to dark notes with a little bit of sweetness to it. And this is the EDT, and it smells great. Another one, which I don't even know if it's made anymore, but this is New West. This was made by Aramis. I don't know if they still make it or not. This is called Skin Scent Spray, so it's kind of like the precursor to body sprays. I'm careful to smell before I continue to use, and even though I still have this and it's pretty old, again, I don't know if Aramis still makes this or not, but it hasn't gone bad, which is a good thing. But New West is also a nice, clean scent. My son kind of drop that. It's glass, gotta be careful. My son described both as kind of having a polo type scent, and the only polo scent he knows is the polo green. So there's some similarities from his nose to the polo greens. Alright. So now to jump back forward to number 5, pride. What am I prideful in my wet shaving possessions? Well, gotta start with the Icon S3S with the bamboo handle. Why? Because limited production, they're not made anymore, so you're not going to get one. I mean, that was it. And so I would say, in a prideful sense, that would be it. One of the other things would be that vintage Camisari I have, only because it's unknown. I know that guy is probably not making those anymore, so it's kind of unique. And so the unique things are what I take pride in: the Camisari, the S3S, and also a Philharmonica straight razor 14 that I have, because Philharmonicas are not produced anymore, and even though it's a user grade straight razor, it's still awesome, and you know, there's not many around anymore. So that vintage razor, trying to think of anything else. Well, something brand new that's probably going to stay in production for a while, but just brand new, is that Mongoose razor, which if some of you have already checked out in the video, you'll see it. Lust. Wants. Well, that would probably be more towards hardware, because I'm a hardware guy, primarily. Because I'm so subjective on my scent choices for soaps and whatnot, there's not a whole lot of soaps that I really want. That's just straight. If I read a scent and I like it, then I'll get it, but most of the time it's going to be hardware. And that would be Master Levy and his Damascus Camisari style, you know, non-folding razors. That's something that I would want from him. And envy. Well, envy would be skills. I'm more envious of skills than things that other people have in their den. I'm envious of the skills that people have to take these old gnarly straight razors that have been sitting in someone's chopper for who knows how long. They take them out, they restore them, they put a nice finish on them when they can, like a polish finish, a mirror finish. They put these gorgeous scales on them. Those type of things are things that I envy. To be able to create something. Master Livy and how he creates straight razors. Snail Forge and their straight razors. Brian Brown. Even one that I'm getting, that I have coming up, I don't want to mention it right now because I'm trying to keep it for something that's coming later, shortly. But another razor creator. These folks that can take something and create something, I envy that, the creation of being able to do something like that. And so that's a big thing there. I mean, it's kind of like, I would never get rid of this because it's the first ever guitar that I had built to my specifications. It's a modular guitar, I'm not going to go beyond that, but it has things in it that were made for me. So the creation of things, how we put things together, those people that have those abilities I'm envious of. The Paul Reed Smith guitars that come out of that factory are just beautiful, and so there's a lot of things in that that I envy and want and lust for, and the same thing in straight razors. There's a lot that I envy and lust for out of the creation process, and so that's about it. Who am I going to challenge? Well, or not challenge, but who am I going to tag? Alright, so who am I going to tag? Evan. Let's see, who else can I tag? I'm trying to think of names that haven't already been tagged. So Evan Rogers, tagging you, bro. Trying to think of some other names out there that haven't been tasked. Wow. There's so many out there that I would have thought of off the bat. I think David G already got one. If you haven't yet, David G, David Gonzalez, I'm tagging you. And let me think of at least one other. I'm going through the list in my head of what I know is in my subscription list and who have commented back on me. Oh, I know. If you're watching, Nick, I'm tagging you, bro. Nick Shaves. So, we're going to go with Evan Rogers, David G. And if I can't get David G, I'll put someone else down inside of the comments underneath the video. And Nick Shaves. This ought to be great, guys. So, again, thanks again for watching. TSE, and thanks for including me. Chantilly, thanks for starting this. And have a good night. Thanks. Bye.